Oh, all right. I'm live and I also am getting a hello right away. I appreciate that people are here. I'm just going to say hi back. I think we're going to have a couple people, I'm hoping, join this chat today because I am trying to get more people from Montcalm School kind of involved. And so you're going to see two of me on the screen, which is a bit weird, but I'm going to actually try to fix that right now. I'm gonna say okay, and I'm going to try to fix that. And my goal is that there we go. That's so there was a little screen saying, "Hey, I'm having trouble." So I'm going to change this camera to my phone, and then I'm going to say accept. So this has been a little bit crashy. But I'm hoping that I can do this. So we're going to do a thing today that's called rotoscoping. So rotoscoping, if you don't know, is actually taking existing video and then, yes, okay, so I'm just going to add that back on, load an existing video. So rotoscoping, you can see how it says rotoscope lip sync. Oh, okay. I noticed that it's already on there. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know why, but I guess it looks like I have to reload it. I'm just going to reload it. Yeah, there it is. So I don't know how much of that you guys can see, but there we go. Yeah, okay. So I'm getting a text, and so yes, Marie, I see that you're watching, and so Marie is the one joining us, but she's so far not able to log in. So I'm going to blend. And I'm going to show like that. There we go. That's a good way to do it. So what I've done now is I've made a layer that is on top of my drawing. So there's my drawing layer, and then there's my frame layer. And that frame layer is actually going to... Okay, good. Yeah, that frame layer, as long as nothing crashes, is going to exist. So... what I'll do next is I'm going to start drawing that, and then every once in a while I will check and see how we are in the chat. If you guys have any questions, I noticed that question. There we go. So how am I doing? I'm doing well. I'm good. Thank you guys for checking in on me. But I'm doing good, and I mean, it was nice to have 3-day weekend. That was a thing that was good for me, and so I got some time to relax and take some time for myself, so that was nice. Yeah, so I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to start with the first frame. So what's happening is that this video is playing on top of my recording. So I'm going to record every time I redraw this character. So this takes a little bit of mirror thinking here. So there we are. So what's going to happen, I notice it's flickering and I'm not really quite sure why it's flickering as much as it is, and now it crashed. That's great. All right. So, yeah, that was the idea of that. But I noticed that it's crashy right now. I don't know why it's crashing so much, but it definitely is. And so sometimes you kind of have to adjust and make a new plan. And so I just have to look into, it might be just the video file that I chose, or it could be, there's a lot of explanations for why it might have crashed, but it's crashed. So my video software saved the last frame, so it looks like it's still going, but it's definitely frozen. I'm gonna ask, like a lot of times what winds up happening is I'm on here and I'm trying to figure out how things work, and then of course they crash the minute I try to stream them. And I'm kind of left in the lurch. So I'm trying to decide what I'm playing it by ear, what I want to do with this particular class now, because I had a plan and now that plan is gone. So one of the easiest ways we can solve that problem is if you guys give me a suggestion. Just to update from Friday, or you guys remember Friday, I was making seeds. And so I know I talked with people in the building today, and they said that they were looking into those seeds to see if you guys could get those going. So I'm not sure how that went, but I'll show you how mine are. So these are the same seeds that you guys saw me plant on video. And now it's just this giant, huge amount of food. And this is before it's even greened. So I'm a little worried that this jar is actually, even though it's a giant jar, might be too small for the amount of food that I made on Friday on video. So pretty great how that's growing. Let's see, what else can we do here? I'm going to change up. I'm going to close this window. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a half second because there's something I've been doing online that I enjoy, and I want to show you guys what that is. So, okay. So I should be able to do this. Oh, and then I'll even go one further. I'm going to show you guys two things that I've been doing. And like I said, you guys can look in the comments. So I started rewatching. I've been on a Netflix bender, and I've been rewatching The Office. And it is a great show. And there's a lot to be said for how it was designed. And so I'm kind of interested in that design. I look so tiny. Give me a second. I want to... Oh, there we go. I'm just loading up. So I'm going to show you guys how I've been doing that. And so I'll go here, and I'm going to do properties for the window capture. So I have to change... I have to change what the window sees. There we are. That's the one. And then I'll view that. There. So this is a software that I found online for video editing. And it's, for me, been a problem because I, a lot of times, want to make really good, not video editing, but photo editing. So I, a lot of times, want to make good content that's artistic. And I've been having a little bit of trouble finding something that I can use for graphic editing because I don't want to install Photoshop on my computer. But this is something that allows me to do that. So what I did is I took all of the characters from The Office. Let me see. Oh, there's only one there. But that's only because all the layers are not showing. So if I view a layer, I can add a layer at a time, or I can add them all here. So those are all the characters from The Office. And they're made 8-bit. So they're made like little video game characters, which I think is kind of cool. So let me see if this shows up in your... Yeah, you guys see that tab. So I am going to go to Scratch. And I hope it loads. Okay, and I'm also going to go back and check. Oh, okay. Oh, you guys got on the seeds. I noticed in the chat that you guys got on the seeds. Yeah, you guys, if you... whenever they get drained... You know, as long as it's been 8 hours is good. So, you know, if it winds up happening at night, that's all right. So, I'm glad. I'm glad you guys got on that from the Friday one. And if you're not sure how that goes, how to work that, you know, you guys can reach me. Okay. So, oh, I'm not signed in. Not sure why that is. But I'm gonna do my super secret sign in. I hope you guys didn't see my password. All right, so my stuff. Yeah, and I'm going to show you guys. These are my projects, but I'm going to show you guys the one that's called Office Party. So this is what I did with the 3-dimensional with the characters. So that's just loading. So we'll give. Oh boy, I moved my camera. There it is. Yeah, so it's loading the project, and then I'll go ahead and open it. And what's happening here is that full? I'll go full screen. There we go. So there's all the characters from The Office, and what I can do is I can choose individual characters, like Jim, and then I can move him up and down. And there's a hierarchy to The Office. If you haven't seen it, it's a TV series about an office where they sell paper. But if I want to move a certain character, I have the means to move them. And then there are other characters that I can hide or show. So if I hide or show, that's David Wallace. He's one of the bosses. So what I wanted this for is to keep track of who's kind of the boss. Right now, at the beginning of this series, Michael, this guy moving, is the boss. He's the branch manager. And then above him is Jan. No, that's Jim. I can't remember which one moves Jan. But yeah, you can see there's a couple people ahead of him in charge. And so what I wanted to do was have a way to keep track of who has the most power in the office. And a really interesting one is Ryan, which I think is R. So Ryan is this little guy that moves here. And he starts out as a temp, and so he doesn't really have any power at all. And then very promptly becomes, maybe not very promptly, but becomes more powerful than Michael. And becomes, goes from being a temp to being a boss. And yeah, that's the idea. I just keep moving those characters around to tell the story. So, okay. Yeah, because rotoscoping didn't work today. For some reason, my thing is crashy. That might be it for my stream. I would love to have shown you that skill. And we can certainly do that on a day when I have working software, but today is not that day. So, this might be as much as we get today. You got to see a little bit of a scratch game that I've been building, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah, and I'm glad to hear that you guys are working on seeds. If you want to rewatch that Friday video, it'll tell you everything you need to know. But you guys are going to be eating those by Friday. So if it takes 5 days to get them to grow and be green, and then they're going to be really delicious on a sandwich or salad or whatever. So I'm happy you guys gave that a go. But that's it probably for today. I'm going to end my stream just to say thanks you guys for tuning in. Be sure to wash your hands for 20 seconds at a time. We're doing great in Manitoba, and I'm so happy at the progress we've made. And I'm still your teacher, and I'm glad to be here. And be sure to take care of each other. Thanks for tuning in.